Tim has this amazingly theatrical imagination, and the wonderful job of working with Tim Burton is for us to find our way into his mind and help his vision come alive in the film.
With Tim, you can have a bit more fun with the designs and things. There's a look that's sort of signature and Burton-esque that works very well. And you can't do it with every other film. You can only really do it with Tim films.
In that sequence, there's not a real snake used ever. So the snake did have an electric motor in it. It was insulated so that no water could get in there and burn out the motor.
Matt Heimlich conceived a really brilliant device that was a snake that would just sit on the surface and undulate and swim, so you could guide it towards the actress that was in the water. So it's not computer generated, it's actually there.
I got him!
We rehearsed quite extensively with the wolf sequence.
Mr. Calloway?
The Hellhound basically was a very nice three-quarter puppet that could attack Ewan and really look quite vicious, so that you could actually have him right on top of him and have his snarling, biting wolf.
The Hellhound was an interesting challenge because we had to match the real wolves that were going to be there on set.
Good boy, Rod.
The different wolves that Doug Seuss provided, he had about 4 or 5 wolves, I believe. We went to Doug's ranch in Utah and saw the real wolves there a few months beforehand, so we could take measurements, color samples, and things like that.
Hi. Oh, my puppy. Oh.
All of the people that are here under the shop are accomplished puppeteers and performers. And one of the advantages that we found over the years is that the people that build it become so in tune with what they're building and what the puppet is capable of.
You'll see puppeteers growling, snarling where they're doing something like that, because you don't realize you're doing it until you see a video of yourself and you're just like, oh. But it helps you get into the performance. You feel like you're the character, and so you can't help but kind of do things like that.
It's basically a rod puppet with a cable-articulated head and neck, and then the gross body movement is controlled via rods, and then a completely radio-controlled head.
We also used Alka-Seltzer mixed in with K1 jelly to give a little bit of a froth to the mouth so that he really looks like he's a little deranged.
It was that night I discovered that most things you consider evil or wicked are simply lonely and lacking in social niceties.
This is the suit that Ewan McGregor wears for the scene where he's running through the jumping spider forest. They have these filament wires, which we pull the cables on the other side. There's a spider set where we have our puppeteers on either side of the road that he's entering. And as he's running through here, we also have the monofilaments where they'll come down into shot. There'll be CG ones which will move in as well.
Set here.
Okay, ready? And action!
Is it cut?
A lot of actors sometimes find it difficult working with puppets, but he was great. He is a really good-natured person, and no matter what we did, he was game for it.
Richard Johnson's crew designed the entire look of the forest.
Ewan is walking through the forest, and then the arms could kind of come in and grab at him. I think it's a magical, fun scene, and the trees are very Tim Burton, sort of the knot holes or eyes in the mouth.
They made them into hollow trees, and then a few of those trees would become articulated hero trees so that they could fit a couple of puppeteers inside, who then did the gross limb and branch articulation.
The trees were on hydraulic systems so that they could kind of lean in, and then the arms could kind of come in and grab at him.
It was a nice collaboration between the art department, us, and special effects. We basically built all the trees on stage brought them out onto location and then finished all the artwork off there. But we had video feed, we had video goggles, so we could actually see what was going on through the camera.
There's that spark of performance that happens when something's reacting to you, and you then react to that. That's part of our job when we go on, is to give the actors something to respond to.
I'd like to take a moment of your time to tell you about my new product, the Handymatic.
Jerry Moss, the prop master, came to us and said, you know, would you like to possibly build the Handymatic?
And they're basically a fun design of different just little handy tools. We were careful not to put any scissors on it, because I think it would have taken people out of the moment of the film to say, oh, look, it's like an Edward thing, you know?
Of the multitude of characters that we helped create for Big Fish, from the spiders to the tree limbs to the wolf character, I look at these characters and look at what we've done on Big Fish. The work is stellar, and I'm extremely proud of it.